Hello, I'm Valerie, and I'm currently looking at my shoe. Okay, well, right now I'm going to talk about my science class that I take during third period of the day, because my math/algebra class takes 2 periods. Well, there's a science building. I didn't even know that it was called that until like a few days ago. The science building consists of only 2 rooms, 2 bathrooms, and I believe 2 water fountains. Yeah, 2. Isn't there 2? There's like a little one and a big one for like the short people and then the taller people. I don't know. I use the one... I don't use any of them. I don't drink water at school. I drink milk, but that's at lunch. It's the only time I'll ever drink milk. Wow, just noticed that. Anywho, back to the point. Well, Miss Wright's science. Miss Wright's science class is a whole lot different than Miss Cannon's science class. I remember 7th grade with Miss Cannon. We talked about American Idol like hardcore. We talked about that like a whole lot, and then I remember she'd be talking to Ruben about how this wasn't it like David Archuleta last season. David and David were like the final contestants of American Idol season 54. Simon Cowell is now 255 years old, and Randy Jackson has moved on to produce other TV things because he's sick and tired of listening to everybody sing, so he made a dancing show. Woo! Yeah, America's Best Dance Crew. Jessica Simpson. There we go. We talk about her and all the blonde moments that we had. Remember there's like a whole row of blondes? Like, it was Hannah Mal, Victoria. Oh yeah, and Hinata was the only person who wasn't blonde in that row. I remember. The general was the only non-blonde. Back to Miss Wright though. We do talk about American Idol very slightly in her class, but not a whole lot. I remember that one time Miss Wright, I don't even remember what she did. I think she dropped a marker. Like, you know, whenever you're messing with a pencil and it, like, flings out of your fingers, I think that's what happened to her, and she's like, oh no! Oh no! It sounded like a little bunny falling off of a cliff. That's, like, seriously, like, she said that, and then, like, I thought a little cartoon in my head. You know those, Happy Tree Friends? Yeah, you know, I showed them to you. I thought of, like, one of those little bunnies, and they're skipping merrily through a field of flowers, picking flowers and making them into the little halo things that they put on their heads, little mimps, fairy things. I don't know. I said fairies and mimps, and I thought it was Sarah. Okay, anywho! And then it was closing its eyes, and the sun was shining, and it was running and skipping, and it noticed that there was no more ground under its feet, and it fell into the abyss, and it screamed. That's seriously, I thought of that. And then, like, Michael Ogden, I think he still points out the whole thing. He's like, oh no! But then again, I don't really pay attention to anything Michael Ogden says in that class because Ms. Wright doesn't pay attention and she just quit putting him down. Have you ever noticed that? She always, like, says something back to Michael. Like, he has, like, a smart aleck remark. And then she'll throw one right back at him and everybody be like, oh! Yeah, and then bam, be like, oh, give me some, give me some. He'll be throwing it. I don't know who gives him some, though, because, like, Tyler and Will are the only people I've noticed who gives him some. Wait, quote, some, end quote. And Will isn't in our science class, and Tyler, I believe, sits in the front of the row that Bam's next to, but Bam sits in the back. So, whoever gives him some, apparently, is doing a very good job of taking over Tyler's and Will's job. Okay. Well, geez, there's not a whole lot to talk about Miss Wright's class, because I sit in the back and I can't really well, I do pay attention, but, like, I don't know, my mind wanders, because she has those moments, you know, that she has those oh no moments that makes my mind wander. Well, I guess that's about it, right? This which was ruined by Kaylee, is dedicated to you, Miss Wright. Ah, her name is Miss Wright, and she writes with her left hand. Ah, smart. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Potatoes are awesome.